watching Afternoon Live. If you're trying to eat more protein but you don't eat meat, our next guest has the perfect recipe for you. We welcome back recipe creator Gwen Limon is back with us. Gwen, good to see you.
Good to see you. Happy New Year. Yes, this is one of those recipes that I think will honestly win over those that are not vegan. If you're vegan curious, I think this is a recipe that can win over anybody, quite honestly. Maybe that's a bold statement, Kara, but I'm confident that this one is one that you'll enjoy.
And what is it called? What do you call it?
This I call my garbanzo bean salad, or you can, some people refer to them as chickpeas. It's one of those things that I feel honestly, Kara, is a bean that's kind of underutilized, and a lot of people maybe not know what to do with it. And it's one that I actually love to cook with, whether it's in a raw salad like this that we're going to be making today, or you can honestly use chickpeas in several different ways, such as roasting them, throwing them in your air fryer, seasoning them, and make them into a wrap. So many different options for you to honestly get them in, and they are a great protein source as well, and super affordable. So we're loving all those. They check all the boxes in my book.
They sure do. So kick us off. How do you make it?
Sure. So for this particular salad, like I said, this is considered a raw vegan salad. We start with some chickpeas that are drained. You're just going to purchase them right out of the can. I do say also, once you go ahead and rinse them off, do not get rid of the actual chickpea juice. It's one of the things that I think a lot of people don't realize. They can actually reuse it for a lot of other reasons. So the chickpea juice is actually what's in the can, and I left a little leftover so I could show everybody here on TV. A lot of times we just toss that out and discard it. You should actually keep it. A couple of different things that you can utilize it for is if you're a baker, maybe you have an allergy to eggs, or if you're looking for an egg replacement. I know it's been all over the news a lot these days as it relates to egg prices. This is a great replacement for that. You can add it into your baked goods, and honestly, you cannot tell the difference as it relates to you not having eggs into that particular muffin, cakes. You can also even whip it up in a meringue and use it as a meringue.
I've never heard that. Yeah. Do you know what how much you'd measure out as for one egg is?
Good question. So one full can is about 15 ounces. That will give you about 2 eggs worth. So this is not all of it. I couldn't bring it back in frame, but this is just a little portion so everybody could see. That would measure out to about 2 eggs worth of 1 can, which is 15 ounces. So if you're wanting to make a cake, like I said, definitely is going to be dependent on how big of a cake you're going to be making or whatever type of muffins you're also going to be making. But again, do not waste it. Do keep it to the side. It can keep in a container. So if you have maybe a extra leftover container with a lid, you can actually put that in your refrigerator and store it. So another great option. Again, I like to always have recipes that are affordable, but also ones that don't waste anything. So I thought I'd share that with you guys as well, for all our viewers out there. Now, for this particular salad, there's a couple of ingredients that are going to be included. We have some Roma tomatoes that I'm utilizing for today. You could use cherry tomatoes as well if you have those on hand. I'm using just regular Roma tomatoes that I bought at the grocery store. You're going to use about 2 to 3 for this particular recipe. You're just going to chop them very, very thinly. You don't want them to be too thick. Now, the other ingredient for this salad is going to be cucumbers. Same thing here. Use what you have. I personally like to use Persian cucumbers or English cucumbers. I feel like they have a little bit more bite to them, a little bit more crisp. So I personally like those, but if you don't have them, like I said, use what you have. We're going to use about a half English cucumber, and I'm talking those big long ones. So it's quite a bit of cucumber that's in here. This serving for today's purposes is about 1 can serves about 3.5 people. Is 3.5 people it says per serving. So if you want to have this for a get together, you have friends coming over, 2 cans should do. But it's honestly super affordable. I mean, at the store, I want to say it's about $1.35, and that was organic chickpeas for this particular dish. So very affordable and very doable. And you can also make this ahead, which I like as well. We love that. Also for this particular recipe, we're going to also add in some purple onion. I have about half purple onion in this particular recipe. We also are going to add in some fresh herbs into this, is also some citrus. One of my favorite is definitely working with one of my last name, Limon, okay? We gotta add some limes in here. We're gonna freshly squeeze them. I always suggest, if you can, try to get them fresh versus kind of like buying those little ones that you see sometimes in the grocery stores. definitely take the time, pick you out some good limes, squeeze it into your particular dish. I say about 2 limes for this particular dish. If you're going to be making it to kind of store in the refrigerator for a couple of days or so, I would definitely say hold off on putting the lime in there, because what it's going to do is kind of just, you know, give it extra moisture. When you are ready, if you want to just combine the cucumber, the tomato, the chickpeas, totally fine. Just add the lime kind of at the end of it. We also do have in this dish avocado. Now, that's one of the other things that I always say, if you're wanting to make this ahead of time, again, add the avocado at the end, because you don't want it to become mushy, you know, with the avocados in there. But very, very simple. You're going to add in also some salt and pepper to this particular dish. Season it to what you like. I personally like to use sea salt a lot of times in my recipes, so I'll use sea salt for this dish. Give it a good little toss, which I have a little salt and pepper. We're going to add that into our dish. Some coarse black pepper. Give this a good little toss here in your mixing bowl. And then honestly, that's it. You're gonna taste this and enjoy it as is. As you can see, we got lots and lots of color, which I love. Like I said, this could be good for you to have any time of the week. If you wanna make it for, you know, meal prep for yourself before you go to work, go ahead and have that and enjoy it. Or if you wanna have it, like I said, for a party, that's also another great option. And this is what it's looking like, Kara, once we're done. I paired it with some chips today.
Good. Yes, great job.
I wish you could smell it. I wish you could smell it.
I wish I could. I wish I could taste it. Gwen, good to see you again. Thank you so much for the great recipe.
Of course, as always, so good to be here again.
Yes, and you guys, we're going to have more information about Gwen, a link to her and also to the recipe on our website at katu.com. Don't go away. We'll be right back.